Tottenham, a football team that is notorious for not winning trophies and bottling it. This season, they're doing exceptionally bad, currently sitting 15th in the Premier League. But why are they so bad this season? And what exactly do they need to do to change this poor run of form? Well, I'm going to answer those two questions in this video right now. But just before we get into it, don't forget to like the video. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new, it would be greatly appreciated. So Tottenham currently sit 15th in the Premier League on only 24 points after playing 22 games. They've also lost 12 games so far in the Premier League season. That is more than Brighton and Fulham combined. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about Brighton and Fulham, roll the clip.
You're in 15th. Go chat to Brighton and Fulham and them, man. They're the clubs that you are hoping drops points. Don't worry about us anymore, yeah?
And I do know that these fixtures have been tough. Let me just read them off for you. They obviously lost to Liverpool. They lost to Nottingham Forest. But then they have a 2-2 draw with Wolves. And then after that, they lose to Newcastle at home, which I guess might be somewhat acceptable. Newcastle have been really, really good. But then after that, they obviously have their cup games. But they go into a derby. The North London derby. Arguably one of the biggest games in England. And they bottle it. Like Spurs always do. A wise man did once say, it's the history of the Tottenham.
Yeah, but Tottenham is the history of the Tottenham.
And then there's the main reason I'm making this video right now. The 3-2 loss to Everton. No disrespect to Everton whatsoever. But how? How on earth do you lose to Everton? A team that before this game was sitting 1 point outside of the relegation zone. And before you Spurs fans do come for me, I am aware that you guys do have lots, and I mean lots of injuries to like your entire squad. You have absolutely like no fit centre backs. Romero's out, Ben Davies, Mickey van der Ven, all top talents injured. Then you have players like Brennan Johnson, Dominic Solanke, both of which I think are top talents, exceptional players, Solanke in particular. Then you have midfield players like Basuma's injured. There's also Werner who came out injured before this game, although that one might be a blessing in disguise. But take away the injuries for a second. You are Tottenham, for Christ's sakes. You are a team that not too long ago were playing in a Champions League final, and you have gone 3-0 down to Everton before half time. And in this game, Spurs had a lot of the ball. They had something like 60+% possession, but they could not turn that possession into goals. I know they did score 2 in the second half, but it's unacceptable. You should be beating Everton no matter what. But now onto what I think needs to change at Tottenham for them to improve. Firstly, I do think a bit of business does need to be done here. Heung-min Son, for example, I do think that his age is catching up to him, and that Tottenham do need to bring in a new left winger, a new forward to bolster their attack. And Spurs probably do really desperately need another defender, another centre back, because if their centre backs cannot stay fit, Romero and Van der Ven, they're looking in deep trouble. And they cannot keep playing Archie Gray, poor Archie Gray, at centre back week in, week out. He's not naturally a centre back. He's not naturally a defender. He's better in the midfield. He's better going forward. So for his own sake, Spurs desperately need to sign another defender, play Archie Gray further forward, and stop conceding goals. Another thing that I think they desperately need to do is not rush any of their players back. Mickey van der Ven in particular for me is a standout one that Tottenham cannot lose again due to injury, so they need to make sure that they do not rush him back. And even if that means that he misses a few extra games, resting up, getting back to full fitness, is fair enough. And just the last thing that I do want to touch upon is if I think Ange Postecoglou should be sacked. And for me, the answer is no. Ange, I do really rate him as a manager. I think he is exceptional. I really do love his football. I love his system. It's brilliant. He's a brilliant manager. but it's just a curse of Tottenham. We've seen what's happened to top managers there at Tottenham. Mauricio Pochettino, really rate him, but obviously didn't work out for him at Tottenham. Then he went to Chelsea, got sacked. Then there's someone like Jose Mourinho, who they sacked before a cup final. What are Tottenham playing at there? Ange has done his best of a bad situation. Lots of injuries, not a lot of resources. He's done his best. He needs to be spared here if anything's going to work at Tottenham. But do I think he will be spared? Sadly, no. I do not see a world where Ange Postecoglou lasts until the end of the season. You know how Daniel Levy is, the dumbest football owner of all time. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.